Okay, I to make this work, I'm really close to the camera. Hello world. Hello John. So it's no secret that, yes, once again, Pants Penning is making the trek up north and going to participate in Sandemonium. For those of you unfamiliar with Sandemonium, it's a small sci-fi games and comics convention held in Sandpoint, Idaho. But why Sandemonium? How did we hear about it? How did we find ourselves there the first time? And how suddenly this year did we become the main attraction for entertainment? Well, that's an easy story to tell. In early 2016, after the decision to form Pants Penning Studios was made, but before we went public with it, an acquaintance of mine got in contact with me. He was a friend of a friend who worked and still works for a local convention known as Spokon. He contacted me because he was contacted by a couple of authors. They were looking for charismatic podcasters that could MC an event they had coming up. They were putting together a reading and a book signing for their two main books that they had written, something they were calling Z-Day. Gravante, who wrote the comedy apocalypse book, The Z Brothers Zombie Exterminators, and Alex Fader, who wrote the drama apocalypse book, Estranged. To any of you that's been following us from the beginning, you'll recognize those names. After that event, we did have both of those authors on our shows. Gravante and Alex both got their own Geek Trades episode, and we've had Alex on a few nerds as well. A month or two after Z-Day, I was contacted by Gravante. He told me about this little fun convention that was in its second year and wanted to know if we wanted to do an improv show, host a panel, or maybe do a live podcast. Naturally, the answer was easy. We did all three. Outside of Z-Day and the multitude of spectacular creations coming out of Pants Penning Studios so far, Sandemonium was our greatest accomplishment to that date. It was a blast. So we did our panel, Podcasting for Scrubs, a quick presentation on what it takes to become a podcaster, and little ways to make them as great as they could be. Because we all know how excruciating it is to listen to a podcast with bad audio and no consistency. The audience of that panel were interested and asked a lot of good questions. And some of it was us being able to tell our story. We then moved into a live nerd recording, which we made a unique format so that we could showcase as many of our great podcasters as we could, rotating the crew for each segment, which ended up kind of like an organized chaos, but it was a great organized chaos. The improv show, despite the unexpected guests on stage and the people randomly cutting through the audience to get through, was hilarious as always. If it's one thing Pants Penning Studios does well, it's improvisation. Another fun feature was watching Marjorie, who has since been moved into a role as a co-host of the Ladies Night Nerds, and David, a frequent guest of some of our best projects around Pants Penning, and a future participant in so much more, as they performed The Seagull Sloths and brought Sandemonium their unique improv drama, The Labute. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. For the most part, I found myself hovering from place to place, making sure events go as planned, and making sure a crew's needs have been met, directing traffic a bit, and being this proud patriarchal figure who's just standing proud looking at his crew. What can you expect from us from Sandemonium 2017, you ask? Fun. We're going to bring Sandemonium all the fun that we can. And we're going to be doing so much more than we did last year. We're going to see live on stage recordings of the Burr Martin Experience, where Burr and Jenny are going to bring you all that family-friendly fun, and they're going to be giving away prizes. And a live Why Haven't I Seen This mini-sode with some special plans just for Sandemonium, as well as a live on stage hustle with the debut of a new game never before seen, and a live on stage social hour where Deece and Traz get hilarious and most likely bring their own unique brand of convention-specific thing. And of course, we're going to be slinging around our improvisational chops once more as we bring another fun-filled improv show to the masses. Did you think I was done? Well, I'm not. Yet. We've also got our defortification crew coming down with us, and they're going to be a masters of ceremony of the Super Smash Brothers tournament. And that'll be taking place at the convention. Our boys have some fun plans, and we have a few good surprises for them along the way. Okay, I must be done, right? Like, how could we fit in more? What room is there for the others? Well, okay, sure. Maybe I don't have anything specific I can say about it yet, but let's just say Pants Penning Studios has recently acquired a new connection? I don't want to spoil the surprise because we haven't formally announced it yet. Let's just say when you listen to The Nerd next week, not tomorrow, the next Friday next week, there's going to be an announcement made there. And that's going to be kind of a huge clue to what this other planned thing is. Naturally, as you wander the convention, you will find us tucked in the vendor tables. You'll be able to meet and greet everyone and even pick up a little bit of swag, and maybe even talk to our talented illustrator Mavis and commission her to make a piece of her very unique and talented artwork just for you. Be on the lookout because you will see me hovering the floor, the panels, the podcasts, the improv show, the table, the Smash Brothers tournament, and our surprise. All the while, I will have my camera in hand. Don't be afraid to come say hi and maybe even get featured into the vlog maybe. Oh, and don't worry.
I did not record enough audio that day that's worth releasing to be able to make a video out of it.
We won't let that happen again. I hope And if you're curious if there's anything else to do that isn't us, of course there is. There are a ton of fun things to do, a ton of fun things to learn about, and a ton of great authors and artists and organizations and more. So join us one day only, August 26th, Forest M. Bird Charter School, 614 South Madison, Sandpoint, Idaho, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All right, John, that's all I got. Go sleep, and we'll talk soon.